Greetings and welcome back. So we are here at the Windhelm Stables, about to decide where we need to go next. Having looked over there though, where's the bunny? Having looked over there though, we're gonna go check out that farm first, and then we'll decide where to go. Madran,
I welcome you, friend. How may I serve you?
who owns the trading caravans?
It is Risad who owns the 3 trading caravans that travel the roads of Skyrim. Long ago, I was an orphan on the streets of Corinth. I stowed away aboard a trade ship that brought me here. It was Risad who found me. He provided the funds to start this caravan and put me in charge of it. I owe him more than I could ever hope to repay.
Doesn't sound like you owe him that much. I assume the wars made things difficult.
Quite the opposite, in fact.
No?
The soldiers are some of our best customers.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
For supplies and wares they cannot obtain by other means. It was Risad's idea to come here now, while the land is in turmoil. Where others saw only danger, he saw opportunity.
What have you got
Take
for
a
sale? Alright, weapons. Apparel. Oh,
Take a look.
yeah, I didn't mean to back out of that. Apparel. Hide boots. That's a negative. No. Ingredients. Moon sugar and salt. Miscellaneous. A small fur tent and a bedroll. Okay.
May your road lead you to warm sands.
Thank you. Who are the members of your caravan?
The longer we travel the roads of Skyrim, the more empty this land seems.
Rezinda.
Khajiit are not welcome in the cities, so we make our camps outside the walls.
That's stupid. Majid.
The warm sand of elsewhere is far away from here.
Lockpicking.
I hope that you will come to do business with us again.
Brandy Mug Farm.
Well, we could always use help picking crops if you need a few extra coins.
Okay.
Frida is certainly grading, but she pays well. Thankfully, nobody from the city can see me out here.
We're here to teach you a lesson.
Never should have come here.
Oh, crap. Alright. Well, like, let's do that again. I don't think we got anything or any important information from him, so... this will be interesting. Yeah, I forgot that somehow somebody magically knows that I've stolen something and hired people to take care of me.
We could always use honest pay for honest work.
How much did I get for that? 40 gold? That's not bad. Gotta be careful now. I'm gonna assume this up here must be the Holly Frost farm. It's gotta be around here somewhere. No, this is the Halula farm. Locked.
Well, every now and then, someone from the city comes by. Think they aren't used to seeing a Nord working for a dark elf.
So this is your
The
farm?
best way... Too many Dark Elves in Windhelm complain about the way we're treated. What good does complaining do?
I assume you don't buy it, do you?
I'm proud of my
Oh,
farm.
you do buy it.
Takes no small effort to grow crops in this part of Skyrim. Need something?
I have some weight
Honest
to
pay
sell.
for honest work. All right then.
Alright. What about this farm? There's Hollyfrost farm. Okay. Where's their actual farm? Oh, there we go. Toolver. What is that?
Master Cruelty comes and works the field sometimes. I don't think the mistress likes it. She won't come out here to catch him.
So it looks like it's just the graphical texture not showing up.
It's the sun god. Honest pay for honest work.
So you had 11 wheat.
The cruel seas have been sailors for generations. In truth, I regret not following in the footsteps of my ancestors. If I make enough money from the farm, I'll buy myself a long ship to sail the rivers.
So you're not gonna pay me for
I
gathering
wonder
it?
if I could put the dogs
you
to work.
do. Okay.
Honest pay for honest work. Be seeing ya.
All right. Well, that was pretty easy. All right. So where the heck are we? It's the leader. Kill the leader of Winter War there. Kill the bandit located at Trader's Post. Shrine of Azura. Okay. We'll see if we can do this. How close are we? Is that it? Okay. So it looks like the road goes up past it. If we can kind of sneak around it without getting seen. Alright, is that a person? That is a person. How many... There's somebody walking by. I could have sworn I just saw somebody walking. Oh, he just went in. Who is seeing me though? I don't think it's those guys. I mean, maybe it is. Ouch. Maybe not. Dang it. Where's that other one shooting me from? That ahead? Oh, he didn't die?
Where are you? Over here!
If I could just stand up. True lords never back down.
Oh, he waited.
So I can stab you in the back.
Missed that one. Oh. Oh, he's being all sneaky like. Okay. Put that away. If we can pick up any arrows. Alright. So we took out, looks like 2 archers. We're already wearing fur armor. We don't have fur bracers. We have a longbow. Alright. Where's that mage? Car. Hide boots? No. Steel arrow. Take the staff of flames. There we go. Hopefully there's not too many people left in here. Is he sleeping? Detected by what? Oh. What is that, a bandit?
We're here to teach you a lesson.
Oh yeah,
Never
that's
should have
right.
come here.
Just give up! Your kind has no place here! Just give up!
Yeah, you never back down. It's crazy. many hired thugs were there? I thought there were only 2 last time, but it seems like I got 3 going this time. I don't even think I have enough arrows to kill them all. I don't see him. All right.
I'll carve you into pieces.
Yeah, I know. Somebody needs to do something.
You should have stayed in your precious forests, elf.
That's not nice. No, I'm just saying. Where'd you go? Ah! Where'd he go? Oh gosh.
Your kind has no place here.
Even the horses are running. Guards? Any guards? Hey, excuse me. I don't suppose you could attack him for me.
Get him! Kill him!
Of course not. You got the stupid Windhelm guards. Ow.
Sure have mercy on you.
Ah! I should have realized the Windhelm guards weren't gonna help. Wish I could do some damage to him, but just not doing any damage. Dang it. Yay, okay, there we go. You guys suck.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
How did you know? Seriously, man. And quit dodging. Like if I could shoot him, you know, like I managed to kill one of them, which is something. Okay, so
Come on, show yourself.
Ha! Found you! You won't leave here alive!
Yeah.
Guess it's all clear now.
I knew that was gonna get me killed. Adjust myself here. Alright.
That's it? That's all you've got?
Maybe not. Where did you go?
You won't get the best of me! Lucky hit! You won't get the best of me! Do your work! Victory's yours, I submit!
Yeah? That's nice. Okay. Can I carry everything he's... Probably not. It's pretty heavy. 50 gold. Another 50 gold. Like the still stuff. Now, if I remember correctly, there were 3 of them, and I assume the one that chased me over to the city is still hanging out with the freaking guards who were no help. I'm gonna assume because I'm not a Nord. Oh, you're a guard. Almost shot you though. Is he not over here? Alright. Oh, I don't think I ever noticed this before. Well, you can come down in here. Ice and chitin. Probably stealing though, right? Is that that's not stealing. Neither is that. Okay. Apparently that's not stealing. So Ice and chitin then. By Pledius Spatic. The tale dates to the year 855 of the Second Era, after General Talos had taken the name Tiber Septim and begun his conquest of Tamriel. One of his commanding officers, Betia of Iliolos, had been surprised in an ambush while returning from a meeting with the Emperor. She and her personal guard of 5 soldiers barely escaped and were separated from their army. They fled across the desolate, sleet-painted rocky cliffs by foot. The attack had been so sudden they had not even the time to don armor or get to their horses. If we can get to the Gorvey Ridge, hollered Lieutenant Ascetus, gesturing toward a peak off in the mist, his voice barely discernible over the wind. We can meet the Legion you stationed in Pornac. Bedia looked across the craggy landscape through the windswept hoary trees and shook her head. Not that way. We'll be struck down before we make it halfway to the mountain. You can see their horses' breath through the trees. She directed her guard toward a ruined old keep on the frozen isthmus of Nerone, across the bay from Gorvey Ridge. Jutting out on a promontory of rock, it was like many other abandoned castles in northern Skyrim, remnants of Riemann Cyrodiil's protective shield against the continent of Akavir. As they reached their destination and made a fire, they could hear the army of the war chiefs of Danstrar behind them, making camp on the land southwest, blocking the only escape but the sea. The soldiers assessed the stock of the keep while Bedia looked out to the fog-veiled water through the casements of the ruin. She threw a stone, watching it skip across the ice, trailing puffs of mist before it disappeared with a splash into a crack in the surface. No food or weaponry to be found, Commander, Lieutenant Ascetus reported. There's a pile of armor in storage, but it's definitely taken on the elements over its years. I don't know if it's salvageable at all. We won't last long here, Betia replied. The Nords know that we'll be vulnerable when night falls, and this old rock won't hold them off. If there's anything in the keep we can use, find it. We have to make it across the ice floe to the ridge. After a few minutes of searching and matching pieces, the guards presented 2 very grimy, scuffed, and cracked suits of chitin armor. Even the least proud of the adventurers and pirates who had looted the castle over the years had thought the shells of chitin beneath their notice. The soldiers did not dare to clean them. The dust looked to be the only adhesive holding them together. They won't offer us much protection, just slow us down, grimaced Ascetus. If we run across the ice as soon as it gets dark. Anyone who can plan and execute an ambush like the war chiefs of Danstrar will be expecting that. We need to move quickly, now, before they're any closer. Betia drew a map of the bay in the dust, and then a semicircle path across the water, an arc stretching from the castle to the Gorvey Ridge. The men should go the long way across the bay like so. The ice is thick there, a ways from the shoreline, and there are a lot of rocks for cover. You're not staying behind to hold the castle? Of course not, Bedia shook her head and drew a straight line from the castle to the closest shore across the bay. I'll take one of the chitin suits and try to cross the water here. If you don't see or hear me when you've made it to land, don't wait. Just get to Pornac. Lieutenant Ascetus tried to dissuade his commander, but he knew that she would never order one of her men to perform the suicidal act of diversion. That all would die before they reached Gorvey Ridge if the war chief's army was not distracted. He could find only one way to honor his duty to protect his commanding officer. It was not easy convincing Commander Betia that he should accompany her, but at last she relented. The sun hung low but still cast a diffuse glow, illuminating the snow with a ghostly light. When the 5 men and 1 woman slipped through the boulders beneath the castle to the water's frozen edge. Betia and Ascetus moved carefully and precisely, painfully aware of each dull crunch of chitin against stone. At their commander's signal, the 4 unarmored men dashed towards the north across the ice. When her man had reached the first fragment of cover, a spiral of stone jutting a few yards from the base of the promontory, Betia turned to listen for the sound of the army above. Nothing but silence. They were still unseen. Ascetus nodded, his eyes through the helm showing no fear. The commander and her lieutenant stepped onto the ice and began to run. When Betia had surveyed the bay from the castle ramparts, the crossing closest to shore had seemed like a vast, featureless plain of white. Now that she was down on the ice, it was even more flat and stark. The sheet of mist rose only up their ankles, but it billowed up at their approach like the hand of nature itself was pointing out their presence to their enemies. They were utterly exposed. It came almost as a relief when Betia heard one of the warchief's scouts whistle a signal to his masters. They didn't have to turn around to see if the army was coming. The sound of galloping hooves and the crash of trees giving way was very clear over the whistling wind. Betia wished she could risk a glance to the north to see if her men were hidden from view, but she didn't dare. She could hear Ascetus running to her right, keeping pace, breathing hard. He was used to wearing heavier armor, but the chitin joints were so brittle and tight from years of disuse, it was all he could do to bend them. The rocky shore to the ridge still looked an eternity away when Betia felt and heard the first volley of arrows. Most struck the ice at their feet with sharp cracking sounds, but a few nearly found home, ricocheting off their backs. She suddenly offered a prayer of thanks to whatever anonymous shellsmith, now long dead, had crafted the armor. They continued to run, as the first rain of arrows was quickly followed by a second and a third. "Thanks, Stendar," Ascetus gasped. "If there was only leather in the keep, we'd be pierced through and through. Now if only it weren't so rigid." Betia felt her own armor joints begin to set, her knees and hips finding more and more resistance with every step. There could be no denying it. They were drawing closer toward the shore, but they were running much more slowly. She heard the first dreadful galloping crunch of the army charging across the floe toward them. The riders were cautious on the slippery ice, not driving their horses at full speed, but Betia knew that they would be upon the two of them soon. The old chitin armor could withstand the bite of a few arrows, but not a lance driven with the force of a galloping horse. The only great unknown was time. The thunder of beating hooves was deafening behind them when Ascetus and Betia reached the edge of the shore. The giant, jagged stones that strung around the beach blockaded the approach. Beneath their feet, the ice sighed and crackled. They could not stand still, run forward, nor run back. Straining against the tired metal in the armored joints, they took 2 bounds forward and flew at the boulders. The first landing on the ice sounded an explosive crack. When they rose for the final jump, it was on a wave of water so cold it felt like fire through the thin armor. Ascetus's right hand found purchase in a deep fissure. Betia gripped with both hands, but her boulder was slick with frost. Phrases pressed to the stone, they could not turn to face the army behind them. But they heard the ice splintering and the soldiers cry out in terror for just an instant. Then there was no sound but the whining of the wind and the purring lap of the water. A moment later, there were footsteps on the cliff above. The 4 guardsmen had crossed the bay. There were 2 to pull Betia up from the face of the boulder, and another 2 for Ascetus. They strained and swore at the weight, but finally they had their commander and her lieutenant safely on the edge of Gorvey Ridge. "By Mara, that's heavy for light armor." "Yes." "Yes," smiled Betia wearily, looking back over the empty broken ice floe, the cracks radiating from the parallel paths she and Ascetus had run. "But sometimes that's good." All right. Well, that's an interesting story. And since I deigned to read it all, let's make a save just in case. See if we can't finally get rid of this bandit. Definitely haven't made much headway on going anywhere. Hopefully I will not be chased right back to the Windhelm again. Walking around. Okay. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can get him from here. It's annoying. Which is annoying. It's the only thing that's useful is I think he's the only one left.
Just need one good haul. Now ain't this a surprise?
Nope. It's not. Nor is the fact that I missed. Oh, we're gonna go with archery. Certainly looks like you'll. Dang it. Ow. Oh, crap. Let's level up, actually. Health? Where is... Can we do archery again? Okay. Ow. Okay. Well, that was something. Oh, 32 gold. An iron greatsword at 52 gold. Treasure map 7. An iron greatsword. Got about 100 100 weight left. Alright. Head back to town. And we'll see about stopping at it's about stopping to pick up the armor from those other two thugs. actually made quite a bit of money on that. So each of the hired thugs had, I think, 50 gold on them as well. So, I mean, I realize they weren't part of the pirate crew, or the bandit crew, whatever. But overall, it was fairly profitable. Oh, did they despawn? I guess they did. Somebody else came by and picked up my loot, is what happened. Dang it. Oh well. It's 1 a.m.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. I think I've got a clean mug around here. Somewhere.
Okay. Well, I need a room.
Those dark elf refugees will take over this city if we aren't careful.
Oh my god.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Find something else to
I'll
complain
show you
about.
to your room. Right this way.
I already know where it is. Thanks. Alright guys, we're gonna call it a day, and I will see you next time.